Hey, welcome back to Crosswork Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Spider-Man No Way Home. Out of all the Spider-Man movies to date, this is probably one of the top 2 or 3. Tom Holland really gives a great performance, and it's probably my favorite performance I've seen him in any movie. You can really see his heart and what he's feeling just through his performance in his eyes. And the rest of the cast supported him really well, even if they stole the stage for a minute or two. And this also applies to the villains, who, apart from just being fun to watch, also have a lot of story arcs and depth within their storylines as well. This film deals a lot with the aspects of sacrificing part of yourself for your loved ones and for the gains of others, which added a lot of emotional impact for this movie. Similar to how he's portrayed in the shows and movies and the comics, Spider-Man has very little hate for his enemies, and instead of fighting them out of hate or revenge, he not only tries to save the civilians in the process, but he wants to help the villains out of their evil rut, and tries to help them become better people, which in turn makes Spider-Man also learn more about himself. Like almost every other Spider-Man movie, the choreography and the action for this one was also really well done. You can tell that this movie was made by Spider-Man fans because it has a lot of aspects that were made specifically for the fans, and although that does single out some folks, it really hits home for lovers of the characters. And here's the part where it contains spoilers, so unless you haven't heard somehow about everything that happens, here you go. Although bringing in the other Spider-Mans could be considered fan service, just to, excite the fans, it works well because it's important for the story. Because the other Peter Parkers are older and they have more experience, they're able to help Tom Holland Spider-Man through his trauma and help him not act out of purely revengeful emotions, and essentially act as Uncle Ben's for a moment. There's also a big value in the more conversational scenes between the three Peters. These scenes that don't really add anything to the movie and don't bring the plot forward, but it shows the character traits and brings a much more natural humanity to all three of them, and it's just like three friends hanging out and sharing what they would be talking about, and it just makes the scene feel a lot more genuine. There are also some really good moments that are pulled from all 5 of the previous Spider-Man movies, and then come into this one and create some really good and emotional sequences. But the main thing that I didn't like about this movie, which kind of spans throughout the whole film, is that there's this trait among contemporary and specifically superhero movies where it seems like the writers feel the need to add a ton of one-liners that are also jokes, as well as like pointless dialogue, which don't really work that well and seem to just be used as cheap humor to make the movie funny because it has to be. And apart from Spider-Man, other characters consistently popping jokes throughout the more perilous scenes in the movie feels pretty unrealistic, and at least it takes me out of the moment. And now the segment for the parents. Like I say, sometimes every kid is different, but I would say that kids around the 13 or 14 range could probably watch this movie. In terms of sexual content, there really isn't anything. There is a scene that is misinterpreted as sexual by another character, but it really only leads to some awkward dialogue and then the movie continues. There is some violence, which leads to some fairly heavy emotional sequences too. And in terms of language, there is definitely enough to fit this movie into the PG-13 rating. So feel free to click the links below that I attached for more details in regard to what this movie contains. And that's it for this review. If you're interested in more reviews, go ahead and check out my Instagram, where I will periodically post slightly abridged reviews for this and other movies that aren't on this channel. And then for those of you who want to know more about the specific contents of this film, I have the links for the plugged in and Common Sense Media reviews down below, as well as the Parent's Guide for IMDb. So please subscribe, maybe like the video, hit the bell icon if you want to get notified when the next one comes out, and I'll see you in the next one. So yeah, I mean that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I guess I could say hi, but I already did. I could say bye, but that'd be the end of the video. And that'd be sad. Bye.